All right, let's go ahead and go to our very own Mason Morrow right now. He is at the election board where the ballots, we haven't even closed the polling places just yet. But what's happening there, Mason?
Well, Mike, right now they're actually taking a break here at the Tulsa County Election Board meeting. This is the meeting where they count all of the absentee mail-in ballots that have come in the weeks leading up to Election Day and today on Election Day. Let me step aside and show you what's going on at the moment here. We actually have some updated numbers. Now, we've learned this is about triple the size of a usual presidential election. From 2016, they sent about 25,000 mail-in ballots out. This year, they sent nearly 75,000. They've received now 61,500, it looks like, and they're waiting on some more to come in. The deadline to do that is at 7 o'clock today, and it has to come in by mail. You can't come here and drop it off. The deadline to do that was actually at 5 o'clock yesterday, but I'll kind of tell you what goes on here, even though they're in a recess at the moment. They'll have the envelopes come in, and a group of people will actually remove the ballot and the affidavit from the envelopes. And then those envelopes will be set aside, and the affidavit will go to the next group of people, and that group will decide whether or not it has the proper verification, which includes a signature or the proper voter identification to be approved to vote. And if it is approved, it goes in a bucket to the right. If not, it goes past to a bin to the left, and then that will be voted on by a three-person panel that is typically sitting in that podium at the top there. It includes Election Board Secretary Gwen Freeman, and then one member of the Tulsa County Republican Party and one member of the Tulsa County Democratic Party, and they will each individually vote on those affidavits to decide if it should be approved or not. If it is approved, it will go into the group with the rest of the approved affidavits, and at that point, those affidavits will be set aside and counted, and the ballots for them will be passed over to another person who collects those and puts them in through what they're calling a high-speed ballot counting machine. Those ballots will all be recorded. The votes are not, the results from the votes are not counted yet, but it is assured that the votes are in at that point. And as I said, we're taking a recess at this time. I think they should be back in about 10, 15, 20 minutes or so, but this is kind of where the action goes on until 7 o'clock when all the polls close, and then we'll move back out front, and that's where the caravan of 262 cars, all of the precincts here in the county, will come, and they'll drop the ballot boxes off with the voting machines, and they will take them back to the state room where a thumb drive is extracted from each voting machine, and the votes will be counted at that time. Again, all of those have to be in by 7 o'clock today, or they will not be counted. Now we're going to toss it over to Sierra Pizarro, who I believe is in Oklahoma City. Sierra, what's going on?